All right, boys and girls, it's Vic and I. We're totally not recording this Thursday night. We're totally doing this Friday morning because that would be illegal.
I'm tired. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's so early. It's 9:01 a.m. When the draft starts. But Vic, we're here for the 101 and looking forward to it. And we're both wearing Sixers jerseys because they won to last night, not today. And Game 7, and you're wearing you got AI on. I think you said right.
Not just any Sixer. They used to call him around here the answer, right? Before Kyle Pitts, there was there was this guy right here.
I love
Can't
that.
say that with a straight face.
I love that Kyle Pitts is the answer for you, especially with all the flack that you picked up in the draft. So,
Dude, I don't know what the question is, but just know.
uh, the good news is we have another maybe answer for you at 101.
Mm.
So let's go ahead and do that. With the first pick of the draft for the 2026 season, you have chosen.
Have your stuffed animals. Put your rose-tinted glasses on. Love is in the air.
Love is in the air. Jeremiah Love.
Love is in
101.
the air. Jeremiah Love.
I was in an interesting conversation with some league mates. I can't remember what league it was in the other day, but kind of like the obvious statement of like, this is the most obvious 101 there's been in a while. And then I kind of think I said probably since Bijan, but then someone pointed out Genti last year. But like, there was, I imagine, no doubt in your mind that it was Love for you this entire time. Since 101 was kind of locked up, has it just been Love the whole time, or was there anything that was going to make you move off this?
I thought it was Love before I thought I could get the pick, to be honest with you. Like, I just kind of figured no matter who has the 101, that's who's going to take Jeremiah Love. So, yeah, it kind of worked out pretty well, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I'm curious the ratios because I'm sure there's like some quarterback needy teams that could consider Mendoza, but I just feel like no matter what, it's just bad process if you don't take Love at 1.
Mm-hmm.
He's just built different. I mean, it'll be weird with the Cardinals and their backfield and everything, but I think he's just too good of a prospect. How do you see him sliding into the team? I mean, obviously he's going to be one of your top guys right away. No questions or concerns there. But when you look at the rest of your roster, you kind of went, and we'll do a whole off season. For those of you who don't remember, and for those of you that are, I think everybody's been in the league for a whole year at this point. So I don't know if you were here for the off season one last time or not, though. Maybe you were, maybe you weren't. Okay, yeah. So there's the off season report card where we'll all do a survey making fun of each other, anonymous comments, and we can usually tell who's anonymous except for Morgan. And then just kind of going through that. But you went out there this offseason and picked up a couple different players. You got your answer at tight end apparently or whatever, and some other players too. But Jeremiah Love sliding into your team, where do you think that this kind of puts you before we see the rest of the draft? Do you kind of have yourself, you're obviously moving up in the world, but where at on that ladder do you think you are?
I'd probably say middle of the pack. I mean, the big thing that really made me, because if you look at the way my contracts are structured and the way that I kind of have my team set up, like Justin Jefferson's on a 1 year, and then he gets crazy expensive. A couple other guys are on 1 year. I kind of wanted to dip my toe and see if I could contend for a year and get lucky and get hot somehow. But this team's nowhere near ready to like have a core that lasts long term. So I think Love is like the first piece of that like actual core. Because when I looked at my picks, I have 101, that's great, and then I have 212. 207, and especially in this class, like, you're not really going to rebuild quickly with those kinds of picks. I have a bunch of thirds, thanks, like, fourth round picks. Maybe I'll find Puka Nacua, but odds are I'm not, right? So
yeah, a couple
I figured if I want to get
there.
good, so if you want to get good, you have to hit the trade market a little bit. You have to get aggressive, and I was honestly a little shocked that, like, the fact that I was able to get Herbert, because I thought I was going to get outbid, the fact that I was, able to get a couple other guys, and my team low-key might, like, I'd give it like a 5% shot to like do something, like I'm not up there with the top echelon, but it's not a bad team. It's one of those any given Sunday teams at this point, I think. So
well, also too, I think you take into account your division, right? So you've got the implications of your division, who, no offense to myself, but they're not anywhere near where they need to be. You've got Ticket to Ride, who's been, I think, inconsistent. Would be the best way to describe them. You've got Brownout, who's done incredibly well, so you've got that to contend with. But theoretically speaking, you've got one team to contend with in your division. If you and Brown are on a similar level and you take that first game off them and they start to falter and you string a few together, then who knows?
Anything's possible. Maybe you go to Game 7 against the Celtics with BJ's going.
Yeah. How are you feeling now after being in the league for a year and kind of really getting to put your impression on the team? Has that been, it takes, obviously it's dynasty / contract league, so it takes some time, right? But now that we're kind of making some dents in the roster and adding your players and stuff like that, how does that feel?
It feels good. I mean, when I first took over the team, my main, I don't know, like I guess objectives were to immediately get younger, get off some bad contracts that I didn't like. I'm talking about James Conner. And then just overall, like, most of these guys are expiring in the year. I'm going to have a lot of money to work with. Swing for the fences last year and take Travis Hunter. Idiot. I actually watched back that draft video that we did last year talking about that.
Yeah.
So like, some hits and misses, but for the most part, I feel like I've been pretty decently savvy, getting some good picks, getting some good guys on the roster. I thought I was going to be a lot more active on the waivers and stuff like that and like winning on the margins. And as it turned out, I was really busy and I ended up just kind of making more of a long-term plan that's now just starting to get after it. But, you pick your spots and I think I've done a pretty good job.
Have you heard the reports that have come out from the Cardinals building? They're thinking about using him at linebacker a bit. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry for the PTSD with Travis Hunter there. So you've been very clear, and it's okay if you don't want to answer this question, or if you want to tease it maybe more than specifically answer. So you've been very clear since you came in here. It's get younger, get off contract, start to do it. It feels like we're kind of at that pivotal point now where you're able to start to turn that a little bit. Do you have a really clear idea for what step 2 is? Is step 2 just kind of see how this year goes and then or if it goes well or not so well, what does step 2A, 2B look like for you?
I'll be honest and say I haven't mapped it out completely, but this next year, it kind of feels like playing with house money. And then the year after that, I'm going to suck again because, chances are, guys, if I'm like 4-8, please trade for Justin Jefferson. Like, I do not intend on re-signing him at that contract value. So, the next year my team will probably be a good amount worse. Hopefully you have guys like Jeremiah Love. Maybe I've gotten 1 or 2 other guys in my other picks that ended up being usable, but let's be honest, this class kind of sucks. So, I'm going to have a decent amount of free money to work with, but I'm going to be working against, I think, Cam will probably be more active in free agency, and like a couple other teams. Like your team is going to be more active in free agency, and like there's going to be a lot more bidding because I felt like there was no competition this year. So it'll take a little bit after that to get to like actually being good. But when you have stuff like, I love my Chase Brown contract. I think I'm solid at quarterback for a little bit, assuming I land another one eventually. I'm in a good spot, just overall building it up slowly.
Yeah, I feel like the league tends to be a little quieter on the free agent market than you'd expect. I was trying to pull up the specifics all the time. I guess the website doesn't have it because it fucking sucks. But I know that like Ticket to Ride and the implications tend to be the 2 on the waiver wire that are a little almost too much. But I can never remember where to go. It's such a weird specific spot. Okay, standings details.
I mean, dude, we have a website. Like, that's the craziest thing ever.
Yeah, true. And I kind of gave you a sneak peek of the upcoming trade thing if I can ever figure it out. I don't know. I swear there's like a thing that you can click on somewhere. Someone else will tell me, and then I'll do it for the next video. But there's like a thing you can click on somewhere that has like messages sent, like league messages sent, trades, waivers, like or maybe not trades on there. But
there's a transactions tab per team, and then there's a DMs just in that league thing, I think.
Yeah.
Let me see.
There's also where you can see all your players, like their Aquarius or Sagittarius and stuff.
Yeah.
That stupid
it's
thing.
This little. You see the little like helmet right next to my team name?
Yeah.
How can I hold the camera up? But if you hit that, I think it gives you all these like average age and all that kind of.
Yeah, no, stuff. That's the one that I remember finding. But there's another one. I know there is. Is it this? No, it's not this. Oh well. This is horrible cinematography that we've got going on right now, by the way. led by
No,
yours truly.
this is real podcasting, man.
This is what the people want to
about.
see. Somebody smarter than me that knows what I'm talking about will know where to go. League history? Yeah, there it is. Okay, here we go. So most transactions all time is me with 747. Second place is Ticket to Ride with 531. Then Rick with 374. And then Cam with 300. 301. So I feel like there's a lot more room to be crazy, but not so much. Shout out Code with 28,000 messages in 5 years, by the way. Followed by me with 21,500. And then K Miggs asking questions about simple reading with 19,500. So yeah, fun stuff.
Dude, this league is awesome.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I'm glad we've got a good group of dudes that do it and are here for it. So, so we kind of touched on your overall plan. It's really unsure. At what point in time do you kind of feel like there's going to be like a pivotal moment where you've got to sit down and think about what your team direction is based off of some of these chunkier, expensive guys that you may or may not re-sign depending on how things go for you?
Yeah, I think the only real decision point will come probably like late October, early November, like around that trade deadline kind of time, where if I'm good, it'll come down to how much fun I'm having. If I actually want to see if I can somehow upset my way through the bracket, I might buy. If not, then the prudent move would be like, okay, who wants a cheap Justin Jefferson? I want first round picks, like, you know.
Yeah,
so that'll come with
all
time.
those things.
Yeah. And you know, like the good thing about this league, well, one of the many good things is I shouldn't have a hard time figuring that out, you know? Like I've never really had to like sit on a trade for like longer than a week and been like, yo, why isn't this guy responding? So
yeah, it's unlikely that happens. Usually just Allen, no offense, but it's just that, but not too much else. Have you thought about plans for the rest of the draft? You kind of mentioned a plethora of second round picks and third picks. You know, have you thought about maybe moving up for someone a little bit later in the first or earlier in the second, or are you more inclined to move back, or are you just kind of locked in hey, look, I'm just going to shoot my shot and see what happens?
Yeah, you know, I haven't really thought about moving up, but now that you mention it, it sounds fun. But that probably won't happen. I need to fill out this roster. Like, if you look at my team, I think I'm at a spot where my starting lineup, ideally, if it stays healthy, could be pretty good. You know, like, knock on wood, it could be solid. Like, imagine if DK Metcalf isn't starting now that I have Jeremiah Love.
Yeah.
But if one or two guys goes down, there is next to no depth on this team. Like, I'm looking at Keaton Mitchell or whatever Pacheco's doing as my only running back I can use. I'm looking at, like, Adonai Mitchell, please beat out to, like, a first and second round pick for targets. You know, like, it's not great. So I don't think moving up is too much of an option. I don't think I'd really move back out of the second because I need guys who can actually play, and they're pretty few and far between in this class, so you can't really move back and still get a winner, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll have to figure that one out. But
I mean, the slight tight end premium kind of helps, right? Because despite Pitts, you know, like Ward and Pitts, like that's a pretty good rotation. You can kind of play the matchup there. Your running backs, Chase Brown, Javonte Williams, and obviously now Jeremiah Love's a really good triple-headed monster there. Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, Rome Odunze's good. And then you've got DK. The tricky part is that second quarterback. I mean, Tua, right? And Fields if Mahomes is out for the beginning of the season. But I think that those two guys have kind of proven that they aren't really the guy.
Dude, we're riding until the wheels fall off.
Yeah. But you also have a million picks next year. Yeah. Are you the last Justin Fields guy on earth? You might
I'm probably the last Justin Fields guy on earth, man. Like,
that's wild. But I could never. I think Cam said it once, and I appreciated it. He's like, I love Justin Fields truthers or something like that, just because I think he and I are in the same boat of like, that's just not a thing. That being said, if there was ever a time, it is now, I think, for him, right? With Andy, right? It's got to be. I don't know.
He could be a QB 16.
Yeah, we'll see.
Wouldn't that be great? Yeah.
How do you feel about the, you know what, I'll save that question for Flynn. Flynn, I want to talk about the potential quarterback battle in Arizona with Jacoby wanting more money with you, just to add more misery to your Cardinals fan existence. Sorry. Well, that's going to do it for this. Any final thoughts? Anything you want to talk about? Go over? Anything you want to say before we kind of finish this up?
Nah, I mean, overarching thoughts. I'm excited for the draft. It'll be fun. It's been a really fun off season. Yeah, I
It's
don't
going to
know.
be good
I
stuff.
mean, yeah, the chat's been really fun. I kind of probably play into being a dickhead a little too much sometimes, but it's kind of fun butting heads a little bit. You know, I
Keep
feel like I
doing
got
it.
to know the guys a little bit more than I did last year. So it's really,
Yeah, keep
it's
doing
been a
it.
good time.
It's more fun.
Yeah.
You've also earned your stripes of being around for a year, so it's even more fun there.
Yeah, you
Stay.
guys actually learned my fucking name. Thank
Yeah, I know. We all started calling you Vic out of nowhere. I hate it. Um,
you.
so we'll keep you guys posted. I'm not sure what we're doing for 2 and 3. Nate and Morgan are a little busy, but we're planning on doing something with them on Saturday, which should be epic. So we might just do. They like record a video and send it to me, like text me a video. It's like a couple seconds long to do their pick, and then maybe I'll just do that on my own. Maybe we'll do like a big 2, 2, 3, 4 with Flynn. I don't know. So stay tuned. I don't want to delay this too long, but I also think the videos are fun. So we'll see you guys soon. Have a great weekend. Happy draft time of the year, especially if you're in any one of my 18 leagues. It all starts tomorrow. Today, it all starts now, and we'll talk to you soon. It's not totally not 11:30 at night on Thursday.